Today we're going to take a look at Webstarts, a deal available currently in the AppSumo store. This is actually an insane deal. This is an alternative to Wix, Weebly, and Squarespace, and it's another website development tool similar to WebWave. The great thing about Webstarts is on the double code for just $118, you get unlimited domains, 10 email addresses, 100 gigabytes of cloud storage, and I believe that's been clarified that it's 100 gigabytes per domain. So this deal for $118 is insanely valuable. One website, you make your money back. You can white label this, make it look very professional, and let's actually log into Webstarts. I've picked up the two codes myself, and I'm going to show you the dashboard. We're going to set up a brand new domain today. In fact, I just bought it from Google Domains, which is where I buy my domains, and we're going to set up this domain. So we're going to come down here to DNS, and we're going to use the custom name servers of Webstarts. So in here, we have the site that they gave us when I created the account. It looks like it gives you a site right here. You can come in here and you can edit the site, and I might get a little ADD because now we're jumping into the builder here. But this site here is where we're going to just go ahead and set up our domain. I think it looks pretty good. Now let's get started with this subdomain. So in here, we can change the subdomain and we could just call it Rocket Stripe, and then we could click OK. And then we'll see that the rocketstripe.webstarts.com subdomain has been created. I can come in here and I can change the template, and then this will actually delete the site pages. And then if we wanted to do that, we could come in here and we can choose from any of the templates available or even start from scratch. They have some decent templates. This reminds me of Wix and things of that nature, and I'm not the biggest fan of Wix and things of that nature. However, for business, local business websites in particular, but just professional type sites, you really just need something online quick and easy, and this is a lot faster than WebWave. So we just built one on WebWave, and it's honestly a pretty decent site. I'm not disappointed with it, but it is a little bit slow. And I'm kind of curious to see how this builder stacks up, but let's actually add a domain before we get into anything. And I've already got my domain. I bought it from Google. If you want to register a domain directly through them and you don't have to go through this setup stage, it's $29. Or you can set up your domain through Google, and then they're going to give you a help guide on how to actually map this. And what we're looking for here is the custom name servers. We're going to jump back to Google, and we're going to paste that into the name server right here, NS1. And then we're also going to do NS2. I believe that's the second name server. Right there is where you'll get that. And then over here inside of Google, we'll click Save. And then it's going to say we need to turn off whatever that is. So we'll just go ahead and click cancel, and then we're going to have to disable this. So we'll go ahead and save it. And now it says within the next 48 hours, this will take effect. We can return to our dashboard, and we will see that the link to our site is now rocketstripe.net. So we can actually go to this, and what we'll see is that it's still currently configuring the domain, 15 to 20 minutes. Let's jump inside the actual editor and we'll go over the builder itself. It's very intuitive, very fast. I like how fast this is in comparison to WebWave. I like how simple it is. You get a lot of the same components where we can drag this anywhere. I'm no web expert, by the way. If I misspeak here, please forgive me. But I think this way that this kind of drags is a very nice feature. It's one of the reasons I loved WebWave. And if I mix those up in this video, Webstarts, WebWave, webwhatever.com. Let's come back here and let's come into the actual builder. So as I said, you can drag and then you can bring it down here, and you're going to see it's in blue when it's in the body section, and then it's highlighted in green when it's in the header section. So up here is going to be, our logo, and maybe we want to come in here and we want to change this font family. We can easily do this by editing the fonts here. And my old Rocket Stripe font was Railway, but we're going to see if they have the new font that I'm going to use, which is Audio Wide. And they do have it. So they have Google font integrations, it appears. So that is quite nice. And we will go ahead and add that. Up here at the top, Audio Wide is now available. So we can highlight this and change this to audio wide. And if we wanted to change the custom colors, and we can go with the actual custom colors. So I want to come down here to saved colors. I want to add my custom color from Canva. We're going to click apply there. So now we have our custom rocket stripe colors. Now we just need to change out this icon. So we can do the icons, they have an icon library. That's pretty cool. Or we can exit out of this altogether, come over here to add, and we're gonna add this time an image. Let's come in and let's upload our rocket stripe icon. There it is. Transparent background is always the way to go when you do this. You can create a folder down here to organize your files, but we're gonna go ahead and select this one. And then down here, I need to insert the file. So that's a little weird. I was on top of the button, but now we have the file inside, and now this is going to go inside our header, and then we'll drag this down. So I'm not going to nitpick this. We're going to keep going. Over here to the side, at any time we can add, like you saw me add the image, we can add shapes, and they've got a bunch of different shapes. Really nice ability to add. This kind of feels like you're playing inside some sort of designer like Canva or something instead of a website builder. So this is ridiculously simplistic. And what I really love is the ability, again, anytime to add the icons. WebWave does that as well. Very nice feature. Now, if we wanted to do a membership, we can make this page accessible to members only. So we're not going to do that on our home page. Let's say I want this calendar page to only be for members only. I can come over here to add, and I can add the membership, and I can say, yes, I want to make this page accessible to members only. We'll go ahead and continue, and then we'll do the calendar page. We'll click continue, and then we can give it the option to automatically approve new members, or I can approve them manually. And then we're going to need to add this somewhere. So let's go ahead and add it down here at the bottom. And I'm not exactly sure what that's going to do, but that's going to give two options, to sign up or to log in. And let's go ahead and save that. And on our live site, we're going to see what the member experience is. So we've got the sign up down there in the bottom, and look at the nice round photo element. If we wanted to change that, we can edit this, and we can come here to an image search. And let's come in here and edit the style, and we can do the border color if we want a border color. If we want this square, we could go with the square. We could even give it a shadow. I'm going to do the border. I kind of think that looks nice. Then we could jump into niches and let our AI write us an about page, but we're not worried about any of that right now. We're just going over the actual builder. So let's come into the ads one more time, and let's look at some additional things we could add. On the about page, maybe we want to add a social bar, and then we can go ahead and insert this social bar filled out just like that, and it looks quite nice. If I want to drag this down and give me a little bit more real estate, I can do that. I can come back over here, and I could even put a Facebook like button if I wanted to make sure that people, like my Facebook page. This type of social elements are very nice because, again, this is kind of included in this $118 deal or the $59 deal on the one code. So all of these plugins and widgets, you can see there's a ton of different options here. And in fact, we could even come in here for a music store, and I don't know how this would work, but let's click add album, and we could add our own album, I assume. And then we could set up a payment so that they could pay us. This is kind of like running, I guess, an iTunes store. Very cool for the up and coming music artists. That's a nice niche. You could perhaps sell these websites to up and coming music artists. We have a playlist here. We could add audio files and create a music playlist. We have a video here, so we can upload the videos, or we could do YouTube. And let's actually come in here. It looks like they've got, could aiPROFITz, are we going to be on here? There's SaaS Master. He did a Webstarts video. We've got Webstarts. It looks like they're filtered somehow by Webstarts. So that's pretty cool. Maybe if you like this video, maybe we'll get into this. That would be great publicity, I would think, for aiPROFITz. Let's type in aiPROFITz while we're at it, and we can pull up, and let's go ahead and select this WebWave one. And then we get our YouTube file right here. I'm going to drag this down a little bit. And now we have a pretty nice video with social buttons underneath it. And at any time we can come here and we can see what it kind of looks like on mobile devices. Here it looks like we've got some things hidden. We have our YouTube video hidden on mobile. So we don't want that hidden. We want to show everything. Mobile styling on these is always going to be a bit tricky. And that's one of the things you do have to keep in mind with these builders. But this is moving a lot quicker and a lot easier than WebWave by comparison. So this right here, that looks fantastic on mobile. I can live with that. Maybe a little bit more spacing down here at the bottom. And on our contact page, we have a phone number, we've got our hours, we have a map embed, very important. We also have a form. We could even do a guest book. I wonder what that kind of looks like. So down here, we have a please sign the guest book. I don't know what that is, but we could look into that maybe in the future video. We have a hit counter. Remember the old days? What kind of, was that like GeoCity websites, or what were they that had the little hit button? Leave a comment down below if you remember the sites that would used to count every time. And on the audio player, this is going to work a little bit different than the actual store. We're going to be able to have our files so that you can play them directly on the site. This is a nice feature, and I don't see any integrations there. So it does look like you're going to have to upload your files, and that's going to eat up your storage a slight bit. But you get 100 gigabytes of storage. So plenty of room to go with. We also have the ability to drag in a document. So now that we've mostly gone over the builder, let's go over the blog itself. So we can come in here and we can run a blog, we can write. Now it's not going to be like WordPress, but we can come in and we can give our post a title. And then inside we can share our story. We can do emojis, HTML code, videos, or images, and we can come in and edit it. We can add it to a different category. And now that it's been published, let's come back here to the blog and let's see what actually has happened. So here is our first blog, and I can design it, however I want. The posts are there. Let's go back to the ad and let's see if they do. They have a gallery here, so we could drag in the gallery. That's a nice feature, but I'm sure they have, what I'm thinking of is a way to show off the blog in a different manner. In here under settings, I do see that you can show it by categories. So here you can have that filter. And then here it is. You can do horizontal or grid layouts. So there are a few different layouts you can do. And all in all, I think I'm going to go with this nice classic look. I think that looks good. We've gone over everything quite quickly today, but this is a nice overview. It hopefully shows you a little bit inside of the viewer. This help section is going to help get you started if you get stuck anywhere along the way. Of course, I'm going to be making more videos on this, so you can subscribe and ask any questions you may have if you get stuck along the way. I don't mind helping out. Before we finish, let's go back to the home page, and this time we're going to go to the store, and we're going to turn on our store, sell a product, whatever we want to do. So this is our store right here. We can export any item in our store. We can import it as a CSV. Perhaps you're moving over from something else, so you had, your items in a CSV file. We can add a product right here, and then we can come in, give it a title, description, some tags, as well as images, even videos, kind of like on Amazon. They got the little short video. Then we have the pricing, so we can give our item a price. We can do an SEO-friendly URL. We can separate our categories with a comma if they have more than one category. We have shipping here for product weights, as well as the length, width, and height for the dimensions. So I guess shipping, I don't do much with e-commerce. That's why I don't cover it in much detail. I can't speak with too much experience. And then we have hide product from store catalog. We have variants here for different sizes, colors, things of that nature. Maybe you want to come in here, different color. Then we have inventory management, display stock on hand, allow the purchase. We have a digital delivery. Fantastic. So if you want to create like some social media posts and sell them as a digital delivery, you can do that right here. Download link, text, download link. So this is if you want to add a new product. You can come up here and see your products at any time. You can see things by category. You can see all of the orders that you've had in any given period. You've got your reports. So of course you can see the different personal, affiliate, all of that. Looks like they actually have an affiliate option. That's kind of cool. Something I wasn't aware of. They have coupons, which is very, very important in my opinion. Coupons really do work from a psychological standpoint. Then we have customers. So add customer here. We've got some shipping information, for your different shipping rules. They actually pop up a video, so we can watch that. This is, you're going to come in here and edit your rules for all of your shipping information. Here they've got the taxes, so you can do your country or your tax rate. They also have the settings. So here we can do our store name, we can do our store email, the time, the measurements in imperial or metric, payment processors. They've got WePay by Chase, they've got Stripe, and then they have Authorize.net. So depending on where you are in the world, this might be of importance to you. Hopefully one of those payment processors is supported in your country. We have the API login ID. I don't know what that really means, but it currently says none. We have a transaction key, so we can accept PayPal. We have the PayPal email field. That's not my PayPal email, so I need to exit out of that. We can accept American Express, Discover, and even allow comments at checkout. I don't know what that means, but for whatever reason, if you don't want to accept American Express, you can do that here. At any time, we can put our store into test mode, and then it's going to say, are you sure you want to put your store into test mode? Once it's in test mode, you'll be able to test it out without actually charging a credit card. So make sure before you go live that you're not in test mode, but this is a really nice feature because that's one of the things, anytime I've done e-commerce, I always get a little bit concerned about, is everything working okay? And so all of that was the manage the store. So at any time we can quickly add the product. We've kind of gone over that, but the cart widget is a nice thing that we can drag into our header section up here at the top if we want. Of course, we also have a product widget, but we're going to need a product in the store before we can do that. But the way that the builder works, I can speak to just by making this video. I'm on 34 minutes into the video right now, and I can say this builder is fantastic. So back to the dashboard, let's go over what else you get, because it's not just the builder, it's not just the websites, it's also an email marketing suite. So inside our email marketing, we can come in here, we've got our compose, we have our drafts, our sent, campaigns if we want to run campaigns, we have subscribers, so the people that have subscribed to our email marketing list. So we've got our general settings. We can require confirmation for subscriptions. This is kind of like that double opt-in. And at any time under our subscribers, we can actually import a CSV with our current email list so we can move them over as a part of the email marketing. I'm not exactly sure what the email marketing means. If there is a cap on it, from the AppSumo page, I don't see a cap, but it is a basic email marketing tool. We get manage email boxes. We can buy email addresses. Again, I think it's $1 a month. Let's actually click that. If we click that, it says click continue to add emails to match your domain. $10 a month. I thought this was $1 a month. I'm kind of confused by that. $10 a month for 5 emails it appears to. We can come in here though at any time and we can add a new email address. This is what I'll be doing for the rocketstripe.net one. We'll be testing this out in a future video. We're going to build an entire business, rocketstripe.net, on top of Webstarts. So we're going to be building some websites on here. Getting people off of WordPress. I build a lot of WordPress sites and things of that nature. Sometimes people don't want WordPress. Sometimes I don't want to deal with WordPress. And we're going to try this out and see how it works. This deal right here, $118 for unlimited domains, is an insane value. And we've got 138 reviews with almost a perfect rating. It looks pretty much like 5 tacos up there. I think this is an insane deal. If you haven't picked it up and you need a tool like this, or if you want to follow along as we build rocketstripe.net, I have my rocketstripe.com, and this here is a WordPress website, and it's very slow. It's not optimized. Frankly, it's not that great. And we're going to see what we can do with rocketstripe.net for the web focus only. And again, see if we can build some type of business on top of this, expand the business, let's say. So we'll set up our business email in a future video when we work on the rocketstripe.net website. Then we've got roles and permissions. So here we can add a contributor if we want to set them up as an admin or admin limited, even a blog contributor so they can access and manage the blog content, but nothing else. Down here, we've got analytics. So we can click continue and enable the analytic tracking. And I don't know what this is going to do, but it's going to give us some basic analytics. It actually looks pretty decent. This kind of gives us all the information that we need. And we can look here and see the last 365 days. I wonder if we can export this. Here's a dark mode. I love when just having the dark mode just makes me so happy. And right here, we can export this, and we can export it as a PDF, and we could send this to our clients. Boy, they've thought of everything with this tool. This is going to be so much more professional than a WordPress site where you've got to batch together a bunch of plugins And this is white labeled in the way that it doesn't have any logos or anything on it. So this is a basic thing you can send your clients each month, showing them the amount of traffic's on the website, everything like that. You know, I might actually have to move some of my WordPress websites onto this. It's going to be more work for me, but maybe this is quick enough and easy enough that this will be worth it. We have SSL certificates here, make your site secure. I think it's issued by Amazon. If we click this right here, in fact, let's check our site before we actually do that. Rocketstripe.net is going to be the site that we are setting up here. And it is now set up. And look at the beautiful new logo. Is that a new logo? I mean, is that a good logo? I kind of like the new logo. I've been trying to design. I'm not a great logo designer, but I did the aiPROFITz one. I did the original Rocket Stripe one, but it doesn't have the best spacing. And then the Rocket itself does not do well on print. So I tried to make it a little bit more simple, and hopefully that works a little bit better on print and on merchandise for some branding for local. You know, I wear shirts when I go out and about, and this logo just doesn't work for that. So does that look good? I think it looks pretty good. It's one of those logos that looks good on a dark background and a light background all the same. So the whole reason I opened this up, I've been a little bit spacey today, but this is not a secure site. So down here, we need to actually submit the request, and I've already done that. Down here, we've got backups, so we can back up and restore our site. We can create the backups at any time. I think this backs up every single day. It takes a snapshot, but inside your settings, you should be able to actually set up that scheduling, and we'll look at that again in the future. We have contacts. We have our contacts here. I assume this is the people that have created accounts on the site, things of that nature. Actually, that's site members. So your contacts must be your actual clients because we have the site members for the people that have actually registered on the site. And the last little block that we'll go over is the live chat. And we can go ahead and continue, and we can put this live chat on our site, and at any time we can turn this chat on or off. And I'm going to turn it on right now. And I don't know if my site's ever really going to need live chat, but down here in the bottom corner, right here is a chat button, and it says chat with us. And I can say, hey. And then on the back end inside the client, I can say, hi, hey, hi. You know, the live chat feature is quite nice. I don't know how much of the live chat I'm going to use, but it is a cool thing. So now if we come to rocketstripe.net, I'm going to wrap the video up by showing you that we have free SSL and our site is secure. And before we get out of here, let's go to the calendar page. And remember, we set this so that this is a membership page. So you have to log in to view this page. Let's come up here to the designer. The designer is where you can send this to your clients as a white labeled type login. And inside here under settings, we should be able to change this domain where now we can put client, and let's click update there. And it's going to say your domain name is successfully set up. Please allow up to 15 minutes to take full effect. This 160 pixels by 35 pixels. Inside a stencil, I did this. This is 160 by 35, and it looks quite pixelated. I wonder if we did a bigger one, if it would look better. So here we can add a new client and first name, last name, email address, and website title. And we'll go over all this in a future video. We have the templates here, so you can create your own template. You can build a template, and this is kind of like having your own Webstarts platform white labeled. So this is what I'm thinking for rocketstripe.net. Like this could be like something that I use, and I don't know exactly, the logistics of it yet, but hopefully on this channel, I can document that process. This is that rocketstripe.net domain. We have the emails. So this is going to be our business emails for all of our clients, the different email boxes. You can see here that I have 10 that are purchased. I have 10 remaining. This came with the AppSumo deal, the 10. And I figure Webstarts can say within their help center what the designer platform is so that I don't have to read it all to you. But essentially, you can remove the Webstarts branding from your website manager, custom everything with your logos, logins, moving your existing websites over. This is what I'm most curious in. So this client.rocketstripe.net is taking a little bit of time to actually propagate, but I want to show you what it looks like on the Webstarts one. So this is what it'll look like with your client logging in. Now I notice up here the favicon is still Webstarts, and then it says webstarts.com for the login. And hopefully that changes, once the client.rocketstripe.net. So that looks like it will change. But this video has gone on long enough, so I'm going to wrap the video up here. Hopefully this video brought you some value. Webstarts looks to be like an amazing tool. This designer platform looks very promising. My name is Scott with aiPROFITz.com. Like this video if it has brought you some value. Subscribe if you want to see more content like it. And now that we've done the overview video, I am excited to dig in and actually use it. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next one.